Hey, it's Frank here with 4D Honeybee, and I'm just doing my final preparations for winter here. It certainly doesn't feel like winter. It doesn't look like winter. Look at those hives. Look at how busy they are. It's November 26th, I think. And it's like 15 degrees out, 16 degrees out here, which I think is around 62, 64 in Celsius, or in Fahrenheit. So I'm going to finalize the winterization of those hives. I'm also going to remove these supers, which I had out there just for scavenging, and I'm going to remove my swarm box, which is right here, take them all back in for the winter, and yeah, feed these guys up, and then the next trips will just be to come back and clear the snow from the front of the hives. Thanks for joining me. Okay, so I've removed the apivar strip out of my first hive here. I just left the inner lid in there facing down, as you can see, and I put those two little paint sticks there so that the weight of the screen won't come down on the bees here, and they can walk their way through. So we'll just line it up here. You can see I've got the coroplast there so that the telescoping lid will just stick out a bit. I got some added ventilation there with my toilet rolls. A lot of happy bees right now, so hopefully it'll stay this way. It's a nice warm November day and they're all out having their flights, and two more hives to do. I will also wrap these hives with these cozies. So I got these black cozies that'll provide them some insulation, get them some sun warmth as well. I don't really think it's all that needed, but all that necessary, but I've got them, so I'm going to do them anyway, and I'll show you what the final product looks like. Hey guys, you'll go back in a second. Okay, so I installed the first one here, and one little complication is that the cozy actually ends up blocking your vent up top and potentially your entrance too. So I put some screws in. You can see I put a screw right there to keep that space open, and a screw up top to keep the vent open. So I'll check on this, because obviously if that thing moves and covers up either the opening or the vent, we're in big trouble. So for now I'll keep installing them and see how they go. You can see up here I've got the front with a couple pieces of coroplast to provide ventilation. Got the insulation, the sugar in there, so, and the ventilation in the corner there too. So that should be these bees set for Christmas or for winter. Hopefully that'll be the case. Okay, so I got all three hives wrapped now, and I kind of like it. Hopefully it'll do well, but I want to show you the importance of ventilation here. So this is just the beginning of, I guess we're in middle fall, and you can see how much moisture is on this outer lid here. So, and this is actually the least moist of my three hives. One was absolutely dripping wet. So that's what they say kills these bees, right? Moisture in the winter, which then falls back down on them and doesn't allow them to warm themselves. So hopefully that's where this stuff and the diaper that I've got in there and the added actual ventilation with the spacers at the top should help this hive. And of course my toilet roll there. And now we'll just see. I mean, I think this is the last warm day we'll have, so hopefully these guys will make it through the winter and be there for the spring. I'm concerned about my middle hive, as usual. My middle hive here has been my problem hive all year long, and it must have been robbed badly, because it can't have like 20 pounds of honey in that upper brood box, and the other two easily have 50 pounds each. I could barely lift them. So I think maybe what I'll do is look for a kind of warm day in mid-December and get into the top of that hive and see if they're feeding off that candy, and if they are, I'll continue to feed them through the winter if that's even possible. So that's it. Hopefully these guys are all set, and hopefully you've learned something. Take care. It's Frank from 4D Honeybee.